Today I will show you how to create interesting caricature in Photoshop. So let's start. Hey guys, it's Nemanja and welcome to another really fun episode. Today we will have a lot of fun tweaking human face and creating some interesting caricature out of that. So without further ado, let's the fun begin. Alright guys, this is a photo for today and we will start tweaking it right away. First thing that I like to do is to duplicate the original layer just to have a backup. So for that I will press keyboard shortcut Control or on a Mac Command J. Control Command J, and that's it, we have a copy of that. And now we will go to Liquify filter. So go to filter and go to Liquify. The shortcut is Shift Control X or Shift Command X on the Mac. So let's go to Liquify and here is the interface. If you're not familiar with the Liquify at all, I have a tutorial about that, you can watch it right here. So here I will start by using this bloat tool. Click on that and zoom. First I want to zoom the face, I want to zoom the eyes. Make the brush a little bit bigger, maybe just a touch bigger than the eye, like so. And just slowly build the effect, make the eyes bigger. And now I like to make brush smaller a little bit. Oops, too much. Maybe like this, maybe like this. Not bad at all. Let me see, let's unzoom. And of course you can always go back and forth and tweak effects. Let's make eyes a little bit smaller. To make it smaller you can just press Alt or Option key with the same tool or just go to this tool that it's Pucker tool. I think it's pronounced like that, I don't know, I'm not sure. So press Alt or Option key and it will make smaller. It will do the opposite. Okay, let's see. Like this maybe. Let's unzoom it. I think it's okay. Right now I will go and use this forward warp tool, the first one, and just tweak here a little bit, make it wider. And guys, this is completely up to you. Personal preference. Do with the face whatever you want. You can create completely different shape and feel of the image by moving some parts of the face. I will show you. So in newer version of Photoshop you have this face aware Liquify where you can go and chain those two options together to move both eyes bigger and smaller. You can play with these things to tweak the eyes, then nose, mouth, lips and so on, complete the face, etc. So if you have a newer version of Photoshop you can do it by those options, but actually I like to do this manually. So I will make the cheeks a little bit bigger, okay? But I don't want to move the eyes, so I want to freeze the eyes. Let's go here to Freeze Mask tool and just freeze the eyes here. And then go back and move cheeks a little bit out. Make a brush a little bit smaller maybe. And now I want this part a little bit in. Just a touch for now, I will leave it like so, and then I will go back to Liquify and tweak it later. Let's delete this with the razor tool just to see the effect. Not bad, maybe to pull this in a little bit. Let's zoom it. Not bad, not bad. Okay, and this is for a start. Let's press OK and let me show you before and after. It's already completely different person. Okay, now I will zoom it, and what I like to do is to make the head bigger, because basically in all caricature images the head is really big and it's smaller body. So we can do that by using lasso tool and just go around the hair like this, all the way to the neck and this portion of the head. Then just follow the hair because we need to make the hair bigger too. Now I need to make a copy of this selected part of the image. To do that, I will press Ctrl or Command J on the keyboard and then I will make the head a little bit bigger. So let's do it. So let's duplicate this by pressing Ctrl Command J, and now we have a separate copy of this head. And now we need to make head a little bit bigger. To do that, let's press Ctrl or Command T to enter a free transform tool. Right, and now I will press and hold Shift and Alt or Option key to make it bigger by constraining the proportions. So I will make it maybe big like this. Why not? Let me see the chin position. Chin position. It's good like so, and maybe even bigger like this. It's okay. And let me see. Let's match the chin. That's nice. Now I need to create a mask on this layer by pressing the mask icon, obviously. Go to brush, use black brush, 100% opacity and 100% flow. I will check that the brush is really soft, 0% hardness. And now I will remove all those harsh edges. So let's start from the top and just paint. Let's make the brush smaller. I will remove all those flying hairs in this part. Okay. And I will not go too much into details and tweak all of those edges to be perfect, because you don't want to watch me doing all those stuff. It's a little bit boring, I know, but all those basic stuff I will do it pretty nicely and quickly. Okay, this is really nice. Let's go here and delete this. I just don't want this to be visible. This is pretty nice. Maybe to add some hair here, the original hair, and let's delete this a little bit. Let me see here. I need to delete this part and I will reveal the original hair. And of course, guys, when you're doing this as a project or to make some fun images for your friends or family, try to invest a little bit more time, be more precise, and the final result will be better, of course. But here for this tutorial, this is pretty much good. All right, and I need to tweak this part too. Okay, let's see. Let's delete this. And I think this is okay. One thing that I didn't clean up is this part of the chin, so I will make harder brush, maybe 30% or so, and just go here and tweak this. Okay, and it's really nicely blended. So this is our image for now. Now I will blend, actually I will merge all layers into one by pressing Shift Control Alt E or Shift Command Option E on a Mac. Now I have everything in a new layer. And now I will go again to Liquify tool. So let's go to Filter, Liquify, and I will tweak the face even more. Okay, just a touch, nothing fancy, nothing drastic, but you can do it whatever you want with your images. You can make completely different feeling. She can be really sad or angry, or have different nose like this, and maybe not to smile, maybe like put this down, and so on. Of course, invest more time to make the lips better, and so on and so on. Maybe you want her to be angry and, I don't know, maybe slim. Now, as you can see, she's a completely different person, but I don't want this. I want to undo everything, and let's go and make her nice and cute. Let's make her smile a little bit more on this side. Why not? Maybe the cheeks even bigger, and make this in like this, and maybe chin to be a little bit smaller, just a touch. Okay, let's zoom it and let's see the eyes. Not bad. We can make the eyes even bigger, or let's make it a little bit more narrow like this, and here too, just a touch, and just a touch bigger. Okay, let me see. Yeah, like this. And I want to make her hair even bigger, because I can. Of course, you can do anything, whatever you want. Maybe from this side. And when you're moving things, try to move in aligned directions. Here you have this shadow behind her, and I don't want to move her hair like this. I will move to follow that line. Otherwise, it will be really obvious that I changed something. Okay, this is not bad. Maybe the neck a little bit more in, and this part, and this is already really nice. Maybe this part a little bit in, this part a little bit in. Maybe it's too much. Let me see. Let's zoom it. This is already very nice. Let's press OK. And as you can see, before and after drastical difference. Now I will smooth her skin and then I will dodge it and burn it to make even more interesting effect. And to smooth skin you can use a lot of different techniques. For this example I will use a mixer brush. You can use maybe smudge tool to do it, or you can use some plugins for smoothing skin or frequency separation. A lot of options to smooth the skin. But for this example I will use mixer brush, so let's go and find the mixer brush. It's hidden in my menu here. Okay, it's right here. And with mixer brush I want to go here to the options and just use the wet preset. Okay, let's zoom this. And now I'll make brush bigger. I will constantly change the brush size. Try when you're painting with mixer brush, try to go with the lights and shadows. Don't go like this, because you will import some shadows in the bright side of the face. Just follow natural lines of the shadows and lights. Right, nose like this. Okay, don't go like this because you will make a mess. Okay, and so on and so on. And now I will fast forward this because it will take some time, and I know that you don't want to watch me doing this boring process, but I will see you in a few seconds. Alright guys, and this is it. I have a few more details here to tweak, but this is not perfect. Of course it can be better, but you need to invest even more time if you want to create this smooth skin much better than it is right now. But for this tutorial this is really nice. Alright, let me show you before and after. Before and after I smoothed this skin. Maybe here I have some parts that I don't like so much, but it's pretty much okay for example. I will not go and zoom this all the way in. I will look at this image maybe from this distance, so it's okay. I can see some things here that I don't like, but now I will fix all of that with dodge and burn. If you're not familiar with dodging and burning, you can watch my tutorial about that right here. And I will use techniques with the curves. I will create two curves adjustment layers. One is for dodge, another is for burn, and I will add some highlights and shadows on her face to reshape that face a little bit more. Because now after we smoothed the face, we messed up some shadows and highlights, and the face is a little bit more flat than it should be. Now I will introduce back some shadows and highlights, and the face will have that really nice shape again. So let's do it. Alright guys, let's add two adjustment layers, curves. One is for dodge, make it brighter, like this. I will press Ctrl Command I to invert the mask, and I will duplicate this. This is for burn, and make it darker. So I will name this D for dodge and B for burn. Let's go here on a dodge, and I will use 30% opacity brush. Let's go flow 100% all the way up. White brush, okay, white color actually. And first I will go with the eyes. I will make eyes brighter because now they are too dark, and I want to make eyes much brighter, and like this. And let me see now if I unzoom it. This is too bright, maybe like this. That's okay. And what I don't like in the eyes here is this reflection on the black parts here. It's too bright. I don't like it. So I will make it less visible. I will create a new layer down below the dodge layer by press and hold Ctrl or Command key and create new layer. And I will use brush 100% opacity and just sample this black color. And let's zoom it and paint over it like this, and paint over this part. Okay. And this is nice. Let's go to another eye, sample this color, paint here, like this, and paint here. And now this is a little bit fake, and I will just reduce the opacity, maybe around 80 or so, and this is much better than this. This is too bright for my taste. If you like the effect like that, you can of course leave it, but for my taste, this is too much. This is much better. Now let's go back to dodging. I will now change the brush opacity to 30%, and I will change the flow to even lower, maybe 2%. And if you're not familiar with opacity and the flow, what is the difference between opacity and flow, you can watch my tutorial about that right here. Okay guys, now I will make some bright parts even brighter, like forehead, cheeks, here, nose, chin, etc. And some darker parts even darker, like under the cheeks here to add some depth in it, and side of the face, under the chin, etc, etc. I will speed up this process because it's a little bit boring and it can last a lot. I will not spend too much time dodging and burning for this tutorial, but you should spend a little bit more time because it will impact the image better. So let's do it, and let's speed up this a little bit. Alright guys, let me show you this before and after. Before dodge and burn and after. You can see a really big difference. Now the face was really flat, and after we add some highlights and shadows, it looks much better. Of course, it needs a lot more dodging and burning to make it even better and more interesting, but I will stop right here because I can do it for half an hour and maybe more to tweak small details. But for this tutorial, this is really nice. I will just go quickly and dodge and burn some hair, or I can do it later because I actually want to smooth the hair too, like I did it with the face. Exactly the same technique. But let's add just a touch highlights here on the hair, maybe 10% flow just to make it faster. That's too much, maybe 4% flow. This is nice, and that's it. Now I will go and merge everything together again with Shift Control Alt T or Shift Command Option E on a Mac, and I will use mixer brush, okay, and smooth the hair a little bit. This is too much, maybe just a little bit. Of course, I can lower the opacity of this layer if this is too much for me, or I can lower the settings at the top, but for now it's not bad. Just a little bit. If you smooth it a lot with mixer brush or maybe smudge tool here and then paint over the top some hairs, it can make even more cartoony look, you know, because now it's something like a dollar, I don't know. But if you smooth everything a lot and make really harsh shadows and deep harsh highlights and deep shadows, you can make this even more cartoony. For now, this is really nice. I like it. Maybe here's too much, but I don't care. I can always go and use a regular brush. Let me show you. Use mask on this layer, and just with the black I can paint back some details like this. Let me show you before and after, and this is really nice. Okay, now I will merge again everything together, okay, with Shift Control Alt T or Shift Command Option E on a Mac, and it has a lot of merging everything together. And I will go to Liquify again because I want to fix some details. Eyes, for example, because now they're not rounded, has some strange shape, maybe just to make it better. Okay, this is a little bit better, and this one, as you can see, has really strange shape, and I think this is much, yeah, it is much better. Of course, now you can again reshape the face if you want to make like completely different person. I want her like this. No, I don't want her to look like that. Maybe this part of the chin even in, and I don't know, maybe, but no, I don't like it. This smile, it's really nice on one side. This cheek maybe even a little bit more up and out, and this is really nice. Let's press OK. Before and after, I really love how this looks. And of course you can again introduce dodge and burn and to make some highlights on hair. Actually, I will do that. I will just use curves adjustment layer just for dodging and invert the mask, and I will put some highlights here with the white brush on a hair, just to play with that a little bit to make hair pop up a little bit more. Okay, this is really nice. And maybe here, really fast process. That usually takes time, but for this it's pretty much okay. Let's make this. And of course you can colorize the hair. You can make completely this left part red or any color you want. You have my tutorial about how to colorize hair or anything else. So I'm really satisfied. Let me see before and after, after. I really like it. Now I will apply a final color correction and that's it, and sharpen some details, eyes maybe, and lips, eyebrows, and we are done. So again, we will merge everything together, Shift Ctrl Alt T or Shift Command Option E on a Mac. And because I have a lot of layers that I will not go back and maybe tweak some things, I will merge few layers together. I will start with the first one and go all the way to first dodge and burn because I really don't need it here, and I will press Ctrl E or Command E on Mac and move everything into one layer and duplicate this layer just in case. Then I will go to filter and camera raw. This is my favorite tool for final color correction. I will add some vignette, feather it a little bit, then go here, add a contrast, maybe add some whites like this, and open the shadows just a touch of vibrance. And I like to move everything into a blue tone like this. Maybe here move even more shadows into blue, and I will press OK. This is for now really nice. I can go and add some dynamic contrast by going to Filter, Nik, Color FX Pro, and then I will add some dynamic contrast. It's an option, I love it. Pro contrast, then dynamic contrast, because dynamic contrast will preserve the highlights and shadows, but it will still add really nice contrast. So I will add a little bit of that, press OK, and then I will go again to camera raw filter, tweak it a little bit more, and that's it. Let's go again to filter, camera raw, where it is. Okay, it's here. And go to split toning, maybe go even to purplish tone like this, some yellowish tone for the face, just a touch, maybe go here to yellow, and maybe make it brighter a touch like this, add even more contrast, and that's it. Maybe we can lower the clarity if you want to have everything smoother, but not like this. Just touch maybe -3, and I'll press OK. And now I can go add hue and saturation. I will boost the saturation a little bit, especially the reds. I will boost the reds a touch, and I will invert the mask, not that. Invert the mask and use a brush, black brush, maybe 20% flow, 30% opacity, and just add some saturation where you want it, maybe on the lips, maybe on the eyes here, just a touch. And of course I want to add here on the shirt and those flowers like this, just a touch. Let me see before and after, just a subtle difference. I really like it. And maybe I can add curves adjustment layer and just add some you will see some highlights from this side. Like this. That's really nice. Let me see before and after. Maybe it's too bright. But that's okay. Let's zoom it. I really love how this looks at the end. And let me show you before and after. This is where we started, and this is the end result. Before and after. Before and after. Right, guys, this is just a bonus tip if we want to add her some eyelashes to make her look a little bit more like a doll. So I will create a new layer, and I will just use a brush, regular brush, soft, let's use it soft, and 100% opacity. And I will just draw like this, right? A line from here, maybe like this. Then another layer for top part. Okay, here. And for another eye, again, 2 new layers. One for bottom and one for top part. Okay, and now I will use the smudge tool and set the strength. Depends of the length of eyelashes, I will choose the strength. So if I have strength all the way to 100%, and I will have really long line, I don't want that. So I will use the strength about 40. Let me see. You see it's much shorter, maybe 40 it's too low, but like this it's not bad. Of course you can just play with this, experiment, do whatever you want. Right, I will now fast forward this because it will take some time to create this really nice eyelashes. Okay. Alright, guys, and this is it. As you can see, now she has some beautiful eyelashes on the top and her eyes are more pronounced. That's an option that you can do and make it even better if you want. And then I can group everything together with by holding Shift and select all 4 layers, press Ctrl Command G, and I can put a mask on that group, use a regular brush, really soft one, 100% opacity, and just delete with the black color some portion of these black lines, like this. Okay, and this is not bad at all. Let me show you before and after. You can have fun playing with this and make her eyelashes even longer, and so on and so on. Alright, guys, that's it for today. I really hope that you liked this tutorial and that you learned something new out of it. You can use this same method to create any kind of caricature that you want. You can create crazy effect, tweaking the face a lot, or just subtle effect like I did here, making her a little bit more funnier than she is in person. But I really like the result. Of course, you can use another methods to dodge and burn, to smooth the skin, and so on and so on. Just practice, experiment, have fun, you will master this. If you have any questions regarding to this episode, please leave them in the comments below, I will be glad to answer them. If you want to help me to make this channel even bigger and better, you can do it by visiting my Patreon page, the link is down there in the description, and of course you will get some things in return. So guys, subscribe if you're not already, ring that bell to get notified about the future episodes, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.